9, Day 2 notes. Today we're going to talk about finding the area of triangles and parallelograms. Here's all the formulas we're going to need today, so make sure it'd be so much easier to memorize them, but I believe they're all located on the formula chart. You need to remember that base and height will always be perpendicular with one another, meaning they should form a 90-degree angle. To find the area of a triangle, you're going to take base times height divided by 2. And some formula charts, you also can see it written as 1/2 of base times height, but it's the same idea. For a parallelogram, you use base times height. For a rectangle, we specify it to length times width. And for a square, you could say it's length times width, but since it is a square and all 4 sides are the same, it gets even more specified to just simply side square, which is the same thing as length times width. It's just the fact that since all the sides are the same, you just square one side. Alright, so now it's time to do some sample problems. We're finding the area of all these figures. So the first one is a parallelogram. And the area for a parallelogram is base times height. So what you first need to do is combine the 12 and 27. That represents your base. So that would give you 39. And then your height would be the 9, not the 15. Again, base and the height needs to be perpendicular. And so that segment and the bottom are the only segment that form a 90-degree angle. So now I'm going to take my base and my height and multiply them together. So area will equal 9 times 39. And let's grab my handy dandy calculator. And you get 351. Ah, 351 units squared. In the next question, it tells us the perimeter of the square is 24, and we're going to find the area. So perimeter has a formula as well. For a square, it would be 4 times the side. Knowing that, I can substitute 24 for P, and that would help us find the measure of each side by dividing both sides by 4, which would give us 6 is the measure of each side. Now that I know what each side is, I can find the area. So the area is equal to the side squared. So that means 6 squared, which is 6 times 6, or 36 units squared. The next figure is a triangle. Again, there's a lot of excess information in the picture. The ones you need to be concerned with are the base and the height, which again are perpendicular. So that means 20 and 38 meet and they form a right angle, so that's your base and your height. And for a triangle, the formula is equal to base times height divided by 2, which is equal to 20 times 38 divided by 2. And grab your handy dandy calculator, put it all in one step. you could say 20 times 38 divided by 2. And you get 380. Units squared. Again, on the next problem, we have a triangle. Again, the base and the height are going to be perpendicular to one another. The base is 13 and the height is 8. Alright, so even though the height is outside of the triangle, it's still the height because if I were to extend this side, it's perpendicular with the base. So again, I'm going to take height times base divided by 2. $52. Units squared. Alright, on number 5 it says the area of a rectangle is 400 inches squared. The base measures 25 inches. What is the height? I'm not sure if they meant to say rectangle, but okay. So we know the area formula for a rectangle is length times width. So, but it's the same as base times height, since it is a parallelogram. And then they tell us the area is 400. So we replace A with 400. And then they tell us the base is 25. So all we have left to do is find the height. And we simply just divide both sides by 25 to find the height. What is she eating? Sounds like she's chewing something she should not be. So it's 16 inches. Alright, then it says the area of a triangle is 20 feet squared. The height measures 4 feet. What is the length of the base? So the area formula for a triangle again is base times height divided by 2. It tells us the area is 20, so we're going to replace A with 20. Then it tells us the height is 4. And we're looking for the base. So what I would do is take 20 and divide the 4 by 2, which will give you B times 2 now. And then I would divide both sides by 2. And you would have 10 is equal to the base, 10 feet. Number 5 wants you to find the area of the triangle, but in order to do that, you have to first find the base by using Pythagoras theorem. This is C, this is A. So the shortcut is B is equal to C squared minus A squared. So let's see what the calculator tells us that result would be. Great, it's an even 30. So this side is 30. Now we can find the area. Area is equal to base times height divided by 2, which is equal to 30 times 16 divided by 2. Now let's grab our calculator. Bella, go. $240. Units squared. Alright, lastly, the perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 12 centimeters. What is the area? Since it's equilateral, that means all 3 sides are the same. So that's take our 12 divided by 3, and you're going to get 4 for each side. And it wants to know what the area is. So we'd have to find our height, which would be this line here. And this cuts this into 2 equal parts. So this is 2. Also, an equilateral triangle has the same angles. We talked about that last time. Where this is 60, this is also 60, this is split into 30. So it's a special right triangle, 30, 60, 90. And so the height is across from 60. And since the height is across from 60, if you recall, on the 30, 60, 90, it's x root 3, and 2x. Well, so far, across from 30 is 2, across from 90 is 4. So the last thing we're missing is across from 60, which is our height, and so that'll be 2 root 3. So 2 root 3 is our height. Now we can find our area. So the area again is base times height divided by 2. Base is 4. Height is 2 root 3 divided by 2. So we can take the 4 divided by the 2, and that'll leave us a 2 root 3 times 2, which is end up 4 root 3. That's the exact answer, and then you can put it in the calculator if you want the approximate answer. But this concludes your notes for this lesson.